I just have to say one thing about this PulseX project from Richard Hart, the founder of Hex and PulseChain. It reminds me very similarly of the sentiment when Hex first launched almost 6 years ago in 2019. And I'm talking about the hate, the pain, the entire market was down and everybody was calling it a scam. This time around, there's some eerie similarities. There's not a lot of people, even from within Richard's previous projects, that are a big fan of this PulseX sacrifice, this new project. And look, we don't have a lot of details about it. It does sound like a very interesting idea. It sounds like it could disrupt the entire exchange industry with peer-to-peer on and off ramps. But the difference between now and 4 years ago, back when the PulseChain sacrifice and the PulseX launch were happening, people loved getting into those. They were dying to ape into those sacrifices because the prices were soaring and the sentiment was high. That was in euphoria. But this is the difference of when you raise money in euphoria versus when you raise money in a bear market. So sentiment is at an all-time low, and we know what happened after Hex launched, after it did a 10,000x because it launched at the sentiment low. So could a repeat happen? Look, back when you couldn't find a single person saying a nice thing about Hex, that was right before it launched and did a 10,000x. So when it was getting the most hate and when the prices were suppressed the most was actually the best time to buy. I'm not saying the same thing is going to happen, but in crypto, you want to buy low and sell high. You want to be greedy when others are fearful. People are clearly more fearful than they've ever been. So you got to make the choice. If you do want to do it, go to pulsex.me.